I'm with Steve Steiger, and we're here on California Ave. California Avenue is a busy place. It's 2003. What is so significant?
Well, this is the 100th anniversary of the incorporation of the town of Mayfield, which incorporated in 1903. The town had existed from the 1850s, and in the 1920s it was swallowed up by Palo Alto when it was annexed in the mid-20s.
And I understand that there are several significant buildings here, so why don't we start with the Fine Arts and then the Burge Clark and then go to Oddfellows. So what's the story on each?
The Fine Arts Theater dates back from the 1920s, but it's actually on the site of the original Uncle Jim's Cabin, which was the original building in the town of Mayfield dating back from the 1850s. The next two buildings down is a Burge Clark designed building, which for many years was the Round Table Pizza and now is a Subway sandwich shop.
Yeah.
And on the corner further down is the Oddfellows building, which is actually, I think, the oldest building still standing in the town of Mayfield. It dates back from around 1890. It's been severely remodeled several times since then, so you can't really see the old town building, but it is the original Oddfellows building there.
And in those days, going back to Uncle Jim's Cabin, that place had many uses. What were some of the functions that it served?
Well, when you only have one or two buildings in town, each building has to serve many different functions. Uncle Jim's Cabin was a hotel, it was a butcher shop, it was the post office, and many other things like that.
Okay, so that means that part of this area was a business district, but then was it all business or some residential?
Well, most of what we now is California Avenue, which is then called Lincoln, toward the tracks was a residential neighborhood. The business district stretched down from Main Street, or what we now call El Camino Real, to around here, and also centered on Main Street itself.
Well, but overall, why should I remember the town of Mayfield if it was incorporated into Palo Alto? What's the historical significance?
Well, many of the things that we celebrate as the firsts of in a town's history were all celebrated here in Mayfield. Mayfield had the first school, it had the first churches, and all things like that. The town of Mayfield predates Palo Alto by a good 40 years.
Well, how could people find out more about Mayfield?
Well, we have more information, including some pictures and so forth, over at the History Desk at the main library at 1213 Newell Road.
Super. Thank you, Steve.